Listen here. I'll waste your time as little as possible. A lot of people want me to make a Coda Pox video because I have hyped this weapon to be one of the new best secondary weapons in the game. And in my honest opinion, it is. But I have found so many ways to use this fucking thing that I don't want to make a small half-assed video before I go to vacation. So instead you get a Tysis video. Okay? Because there were so many people that trashed on this weapon for being just a better stat version of the normal Tysis, and holy shit, can't you just be patient for like 1 minute and wait for a good percentage to finally arrive? We finally have a 60% heat Tysis on our hands, which means I can just throw 3 formatted and chest it. Isn't that wonderful? So here is the Encumber build that we have been using for a while, and yes, it's working. It's decent. I like it. But look at this. So, am I seeing 1300 base damage, 150 status, enervate, whatever? Yes, I am. And here's the thing. The Tysis, when you first build it, it comes with this depolarity. You check the depolarity modes. Oh, pistol cannonade. This must be amazing on the Tysis, right? Is it multiplicative CO? No. Okay, so I'll use this and I will not use Galvanized shot. Big mistake. This is bait. First of all, you're not abusing the base 50% status chance, which is what makes this weapon overpowered. And second of all, the Galvanized shot mod instead of Galvanized aptitude is 120% direct damage instead of 80. Which means that even with 3 of your 7, I have to count them because there's so many. 3 of the 7 status that you have on your weapon, the second shot that you do is gonna do 1,000 times more damage. And, with the amount of fire rate this thing has, because it has a lot of base fire rates, it can get some pretty interesting results, especially when using Wisp. So, let's go ahead, take Roar, take it to Disruption mission, because let's be real, this weapon was made to do disruptions, because it is one of a kind weapon. So it has a similar mechanics to the Pox in terms of you shoot it and then the bullet kind of sticks to an enemy and starts sticking him. And then it says it has some radial attack, but it's not a radial attack, it's more like a AoE, but only on the target that you hit. Which is very weird. I'm not really sure where that idea came from. Does it work, however? Yes. You'll see that the damage, even without the damage buff, as long as you have fire rate from Velocity or Wisp, it can be really good. Really good. So you may be like, okay, we can use this with Encumber as a primer, and that's what I should probably do with the Coda Tysis, right? Well, I disagree. First of all, because there are better primers out there, and yes, the Compressor is a better primer, the Epitaph Prime is a better primer because it's AoE, but overall, there are better primers out there. So yeah. Definitely suggesting on building this thing damage, and you will gonna see why when I get to the demo list. So here we go. Let's get some stacks from these guys, which is not too hard to get, especially with Enervate. Enervate makes this weapon really strong from its damage per bullets. Alright, we have stacks. There's our heavy gunner. Do the thing. Thank you. That doesn't seem bad at all. And my Enervate wasn't even stacked that long. I'm still on 120%. So yeah, I'm not sure why they hate. Don't judge a book by its cover, and definitely don't judge a book when it's only 25% of your 60% progenitor. Please. Next time, think a bit. You think this is bad? I think this is great. This is very solid damage, and especially for a secondary single target weapon. Now, there is obviously problems with it. It's specifically a single target weapon. To make this a multi-target weapon, you would need to use Magnum Force, which, you know, I highly disagree with. So, yeah, single target it is. Is it a strong single target? Yes. Is it something that primes for itself and then does a lot of damage? Yes. Does it have a spot in the game? Yes, absolutely. Even as a secondary right now, as it is, you can still like use your primary mainly. Like if I use Mastalta here, and then I see some really strong enemy, I can just whip it out, throw the magazine with a lot of fire rate, and then just go to town. So, yeah, that's really good. Alright, hello. Goodbye. And yeah, you can see the damage is really nice on this thing. Like, the damage per bullet is genuinely impressive. Obviously, it's not the best secondary weapon in the game, but come on, this is nowhere near trash. This is a really good secondary. But I do suggest putting something like Steady Hands on, because the recoil is really strong. Prime Steady Hands, new Prime mode, you know, actually pretty useful. I just don't get the hate. So yeah, not wasting more of your time. This is gonna be a very short video, just showcasing that the Tysis is actually worth picking up because it's actually fairly strong. And if the buffs its disposition by a lot, which they probably will, considering it's D and considering it's a new weapon that people have thrown under the bus for so much, I would say that it's probably worth checking this out. I like it. I personally am a fan. It's not Pox, it's not Sicarus, and it's definitely not a dual Toxica or dual Toxicist or anything that could be meta. But it's good, and you cannot deny that. And I'm surprised that so many people trash on it, especially when the base stats are absolutely good tier. Like 135 base damage before the progenitor, which takes it to above 200, 50% starter chance, and decent crit multiplier with decent crit chance. This is an Nervate madness over here. I'm not sure why people think this is bad. Maybe they fell for the bait. As I said, this mod is completely bait. You shouldn't use it. But other than that, it is pretty straightforward, pretty strong weapon. So, thank you very much for watching and taking the time of your day to watch this video, and I'll see you on the next one.